Hey ladies.
Hi.
How are you, beautiful?
Good, thank you, my love. How are you?
I'm feeling really, really good today. I went to the seaside yesterday, so I'm feeling cleansed.
Loving it.
Lovely.
Why can't I get my...
How are you, beautiful?
I'm good, thank you. I've just been for a walk, so I'm like a bit sweaty. So sorry, apologies.
Oh, don't ever apologise for going for a walk. I'm glad you're in for a walk.
It was so nice. It was so nice. The clouds are so beautiful tonight. I remember it was on last week and we were so in depth in like our conversation, and the clouds were so beautiful at the time. And I was like, I really want to tell the girls to look outside, but we were so in depth in our conversation. I was like, I can't do it.
Honestly,
how are you?
I'm so good. Honestly, I'm feeling so good. I mean, yesterday, going to the beach and just getting out in nature, I feel cool to do that. Like any moment, just to come back into this present. I mean, this Taurus energy. 2 days ago knocked me for 6. Then we had a goddess circle chat. We have it every Monday in our goddess circle at 7:30, and Claire obviously is our astrology genius, and I was like, has it gone into Taurus season? She's like, yeah, literally today. Like, but we feed it like energetically, you know what I'm saying? And we don't realize at the time. We look at the planets and we're like, oh, okay, makes sense.
It is, isn't it? It's like reassuring though that you're like, oh, okay, that's why I feel like that.
Yeah, literally. I mean, Aries season got me in action, feels. I was like, I felt the fire burning in my belly, and then Taurus comes down. It's like, whoop, back to planet Earth. I'm like, whoa. Oh, it's a good thing, but it feels intense. Oh my God, it's so good to see all your beautiful faces. Thank you for being here. How are you, beautiful Nat? You're this side.
I am good. I was having so... Am I sideways or am I the right way? I knew this was going to happen. So basically my iPad wasn't charged. I plugged it in earlier. I didn't turn the switch on because obviously I have to rabbit proof everything. So obviously didn't turn it on. I was like, okay, I've put it on the charger, but it won't let me charge and do this at the same time because there's not enough battery. So you're on my phone, but that's only got 2%. So the charger's in there, and I'm happy to put it this way. But I'm here. Is that the right way?
Just lay down on your side.
Oh, that has just made me laugh. Maybe you've got it on screen lock. Take it off. It might switch you over.
No, I don't have that on.
Oh, well.
Hold on. Wait. No, do you know what? It won't
Oh, sideways.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, that is hilarious.
How are you, ladies? Beautiful,
I
beautiful
need
ladies.
I need you guys to tell me that it's okay to not be okay today.
It is okay to not be okay.
I know this. I just need to be reminded of nothing. I just need to be told. I do this after 2 weeks after the challenge. I'm like, or 3 weeks.
You're dipping in and out, Chloe.
Oh.
It's okay to not be okay, and it's
It is so okay to not be okay.
Oh.
Okay, I'm back. That was a mad rush.
Hey, Ivana. Hey, we can't see you, but we can feel you. Thank you for being here with us. Tasha and Raina, please, Raina, if I'm saying my name wrong, please correct me because that's a pet hate of mine.
No, it's fine. You're saying it right.
Yes. Hello, beautiful queen. Thank you.
Hi.
We're
Sorry.
Get started. It's 8:05. We'll admit everyone when they come in later. Say hey to the people who are catching us on the YouTube. Hey, people. This is recorded. We do put it on our weekly Wake Up Wednesdays. So feel free to check it out or share it with anyone if you feel like you want to carry on the conversation. Now, I'm so excited. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Charlie Grech. I am 27 years young, and I am from Essex in the UK. Now, you will be joined by my co-host and very exciting newest co-host, but the first is our beautiful goddess, Mrs. Natalie Maynard. You can see her in all of your glory right now, babe. I mean, you become real with the... The
I
sun-
know, right? I don't know what's going on. I might have to do it from my phone more often because I'm liking the vibes. But yes, hello, ladies. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of Wake Up Wednesdays. Wake Up Wednesdays. I need to wake up this Wednesday. It has been a long day, but honestly, I'm so excited that I get to share this space with all of you beautiful women. And like Charlie said, we do have a beautiful new additional co-host moving forward. So as you can see, we are doing it at 8 o'clock every week from now on. But we also have the wonderful Jessica Barrett as well. Introduce yourself, Jess.
Introduce yourself.
Hey ladies, I'm honoured to be here. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Ladies, I'm Jessica Barrett and I'm 35 years young and I'm so excited. Can I share now my really, really exciting news?
Go for it, girl.
So a year ago being diagnosed with PTSD, I am no longer, my therapy is finished. I've completed the course. I am a new woman. Yes.
Oh my god.
So that's it. Yeah, that's what I wanted to share. It's kind of a big thing for me.
Oh,
so
ladies, can we just show some love for Jess? I mean, Jess has been in our lives for a long while now, and I'm so blessed and grateful. I mean, I know you've seen the growth in me, Jess, but we see the growth in you as much as you see in us. Like, we are all reflections of each other. There's no judgment here. And the reason why we are pretty much the women we are today, I wish we could just take credit for it, but we are part of an incredible women's empowerment community that we all actually founded last year, a week before the world went into lockdown, and it's called PutUFirst. Now, our mission statement is as simple as I am putting me first to put you first, because we can't give what we haven't got. And we need to be there for ourselves in the best way that we can so we can be better for others. And if you want to find out a little bit more about Put You First, we have a self-care Sunday every single Sunday at 2 p.m. And that's 2 p.m. UK time, and that's 9 a.m. Eastern Standing Time, because we do have a lot of women in Canada, because our incredible co-host and also founder of Put You First, Heidi Allen, our Earth Angel, hosts that worldwide event, and she is from Canada. And honestly, it always gets me emotional when I think about Heidi, because how different my life would be without that queen in all of our lives. So come and join us on Sunday at 2 p.m. to experience her beautiful, angelic, most enthusiastic, powerful energy you'll ever experience through the screens. I can't actually wait for everyone to meet her in real life because she is just amazing, on so many worldly levels. But yeah, join us on Sunday at 2 p.m. But I do want to show you a beautiful video that she did create for us, because she was a television, she was a, oh my god, my brain, producer 10 years, amongst many other things, author as well. So she actually created this video, and this is the best way for you to all meet the beautiful ladies of Put You First. Can you see my screen?
I put me first to put you first.
I put me first to put you first. So yes, I'm still putting me first to put you first. So I'm learning that I have to put me first to put you first. There's nothing better than seeing all these beautiful faces jumping on. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Call ourselves Put You First. That is what our community is. That is what our movement is. Seeing everyone's growth and witnessing their own aha moments. It's like magic happening right in front of your eyes, and that's very special. You are here today because this community is meant for you. And all you have to do is just say yes.
I'm just actually flabbergasted of how many women are on here.
And when you have that group support and you are not by yourself, things start changing in your life.
That's what we're creating with this community. We're creating a support system, physically, mentally, financially, to be able to live in a vibration of abundance and embrace our most authentic self and share our happiness together.
It's something incredible, and our health is so important, especially at a time like this.
And I'm learning more about myself every day, and learning more about all the women in the community as well, because it is just safe space.
Gift, because this is what it is, ladies. It is a gift that we have got to give to women all over the world, because without this gift I wouldn't be the lady that I am speaking on this call today.
But it's now my time to think about me, and oh God.
PutUFirst has now not just become this incredible community, but we even have what's called a 7-day challenge that we do together.
PutUFirst 7-day challenge? Holy Moses.
This challenge made me aware of why I was doing that, or why I needed to do it more. And it also forces you into small, daily, simple habits that can just start you back on the right track.
So there's so many things in this challenge that you ladies gonna learn that it's amazing, because it's make you be the woman that you always wanted to be.
Joined a lot of self-care challenges and groups and stuff, and there are a lot of fluff. This is not fluff. This is fluff free.
Mentorship that I have received, knowing now about the excuses that I use, the way that I self-sabotage myself, the perception that I had on my own reality and the experiences that I was going through, now knowing that has helped me become the person that I am today. And it's all because I said yes.
There are amazing women that I've met, that I laughed with, cried with. Anytime we're on the call, we're just like, I actually want to even cry, because it's done so much for me.
Maybe you are someone that's not putting yourself first. You are someone that needs to surround yourself with more women like this.
I said yes. I said yes to this opportunity because I believe it has the power to change lives.
Because all you have to do, everyone, is just say yes.
Oh, that is us. That is PutUFirst. I mean, it always gives me the feels. It makes me feel a little bit emotional in the best way ever. And then at the end, when I was feeling emotional, I could just see Minky in your video camera, and you were stroking her, and I was just laughing. If you see a bunny rabbit running across the screen, don't be alarmed. Prince gets a little bit excited with the energy sometimes. But ladies, that's us. That's PutUFirst. And do you know what? For me, this week has been a massive week of shifting, especially with the energies of Aries going into Taurus. I mean, from fire to earth, from lightness to density. I think we all go through challenges in life. And when Jess obviously was joining us on these Wake Up Wednesdays, we've made a few shifts, and I had to think about what actually is Wake Up Wednesdays. And I love that I asked myself that question, and thank you, Jess, because you helped me even become more aware of really what this is. And to be honest, ladies, this is just a conversation and women expressing ourselves freely. And I think it's such a beautiful way to do it, because this is not scripted. This is just us showing up and just being free to speak our minds without judgment. And we always choose a topic. Now, the topic of discussion today is boundaries. Now, in my life, I didn't learn how to set them till I was much later. And I definitely experienced a lot of trauma, like many of us, and learning now how to set boundaries and going from shifts of a little bit about my backstory. So I grew up in a very toxic environment. There was a lot of addiction with my parents and family members. I experienced sexual, emotional trauma very young as a child, very depressed, suicidal, and literally, you know, when you break up with your first ever boyfriend and you just feel like you have no energy and you just literally crying, like depressed. Like, we have all been there at one point in our life, and we have just felt like we are beyond repair. Like, we've all been there. I hope you're not there right now, and if you are, hopefully we can save you. But no, I like to add a little bit of humour to darkness, because I like to focus on the light, because it hasn't always been a bed of roses in my life, to say the least. But it's my choice and my right to choose the light. And loving yourself properly, there's a very, very big difference between triggers and boundaries. And I don't think other people understand that. And I would love to open the conversation, because learning how to set boundaries feels very uncomfortable at the start, especially if you've got new energy and you're learning more about yourself. And we're never always going to be 100% right with our intuition, but also learning to forgive ourselves and love ourselves and brush ourselves off and get back up when you're around the right people. It makes it so much easier. And luckily, we've got that with our community and our lives, but we haven't always had this. So we understand that sometimes people may not even know where to start. And hopefully we can here with this conversation. So I really want to just open it up. And Natalie, what are your thoughts? Jess, I want you to just really just speak your mind, because that is what Wake Up Wednesdays is all about.
Oh, okay, awesome. I'll throw one out. So boundaries, ladies, boundaries are really integral to us. As humans, we all need, as children, we thrive from structure. As adults, we still need a form of structure. That's innate in our being. Boundaries that you set for yourself comes from knowing and understanding your values. Many of you don't know what they are. Many of you do, but you don't honor them because you're not showing up for you. You're putting excuses out there for X, Y, and Z reasons. Too busy, I've got children, my job. They are real, of course they are, but the whole point of ethos of Put You First is to put yourself first. And putting yourself first means knowing your values, showing up for yourself. Then you're able to create these boundaries. So it's about getting rid of those limiting beliefs, pushing past that. It doesn't matter what boundaries. I mean, the word boundaries for me throws me in all sort of different senses, because it's a very, for me, structured word, and it's something I do integral within my therapy work. So boundaries personally, with what I've just shared with you, lovely ladies, recently, I don't like to say I'm cured, because I don't believe you can be cured from a mental health situation. It's just something you learn to live with. But I feel that now I've reached a stage where I realize it's part of me. This anxiety I live with, and I can manage it because I have fantastic friends, connections. I know how to do simple practices, grounding work. In fact, I had an anxiety attack. The first one I had that hit me hard was last February. That's what got me to say, hey, this is not normal. So stepped into getting therapy. I had another one on Monday, just gone, no joke. But the difference with this one is I started doing the grounding technique before pulling over on the side of the road and completely having a meltdown. I grounded myself whilst driving and just simply noticing what was around me. Amazing. I got myself out of my own anxiety. That was pretty cool. And it's now I'm just putting boundaries about that. And for those who don't know me, I should say that the PTSD kind of resonated, well, it did. It resonated from the birth of Oscar, my now 20-month-old, and 21 months prior to his birth, my twins, who are now 3. So lots of trauma. Charlie, I totally resonate with you. I've been through trauma as a child as well. It does show up in your life and it does come back. This is why boundaries is so important, to protect yourself, having healthy boundaries, making those healthy relationships, keeping yourself safe, but not so safe, not too safe. Otherwise, you will never evolve and you'll just keep making those excuses from holding you back. Boundaries are good, but just know that there are limitations, and know not to set ridiculous ones that make no sense, that aren't realistic. It's simply about keeping yourself safe and whole. Thank you. I hope that covers it for now. I will keep chipping in every now and then.
Incredible. Oh my God, ladies, I have to let you know as well, if you love the Jess as much as we do, and I'm sure you do, and I'm sure you just experienced a shift in your perspective on at least one thing that she said. I mean, I know I did. And I think Prince did as well, because he just funked. But I mean, Jess as well has a Positive Word Wednesdays, and it was so beautiful. I watched your one today on safety, and it is so true. Like, sometimes we think that we're, by saying no to things that we want, that we're going to keep ourselves safe, but we're not. We're keeping ourselves stuck. Like, there's a difference. Like, there's many different understanding of boundaries, but for us, it's about us learning the right ones for us. and the right ones for us might not be the right ones for you, but it's about learning how to set them together within a community so we can work together as one. But now I'm sure you've got something to say over that.
Absolutely. I mean, Jess, that just hit the nail on the head. And I feel like when you also say about trauma in your childhood and the way that it shows up in your adult life, I've completely experienced that. And there were obviously situations that I experienced. For those of you who don't know me, who haven't heard my story, I also experienced some trauma as a child. And I always struggled growing up with saying no. I didn't know that no was okay to say. I always felt like I would be letting someone down, that I would be upsetting someone if I said no. And so I really struggled with that. And little did I know that by me not saying no, I was massively impacting on my values. And it wasn't until we learned our values through the Put You First movement, through the challenges that we take together, that I realized that me saying no was people pleasing behavior. Sorry, what? Not saying no was people. No. Yeah, me saying yes. Let me work that in my brain. Me saying yes was people pleasing behavior. Me not saying no was actually taken away from my own values. And I didn't realize that till later on in life. And there was actually situations that I have been through in my adult life, and saying no, like I said, actually became quite a scary concept for me, because not only did I experience that trauma as a child, but as an adult and got in my last relationship, sometimes no wasn't no, and that also meant convince me. So even then, I still didn't feel like my no was powerful enough to be understood as no. And I feel like that was quite a difficult concept for me to grasp, and actually realize that when I now say no as an adult, that there is weight behind that, that actually no means no, and that's okay to say no, and there's power behind that. And just having the strength to say no and stick to no. So that's definitely something that I feel like a boundary I have learned, and such an important boundary, because no isn't selfish. No really isn't letting other people down. It's about you putting your values first. And if something's going to impede, where are these words coming from today? Where are they coming from? I don't even know if that's a word. You know what I mean? If it's going to take something away from you, then honestly, it's not worth it. But Charlie, I'm going to pass it back because I don't know what's going on.
I'm telling you, this Taurus season, it's got the best of us. And I love it as well, because I think I resonate with everything that you say. And a boundary, I've realised, I was actually limiting myself thinking it was a boundary. I had such high expectations of life because I'd experienced such negativity that I kind of like just didn't even appreciate the small daily blessings, if that makes sense, because I was like, oh, I can't feel better until it's like this. And I was putting such a block on myself, which kept me safe when I was 3-4 years old, because I couldn't accept anything, because like many of us, we were in very negative environments, and we was really taught by our parents, by the people around us, and they weren't really making good decisions. So we don't really know any better until we do something different. And setting boundaries is a lifelong practice. This is not something that you can just have the same boundaries now as you do next week and next year. It's a forever going process. But it also helps when you know who you are and what your values are and what you want. It helps you focus in the direction that's best for you, and knowing and trusting and surrendering that there is something there protecting you, that's something that's got you where you are today. Like, you're still here to tell the tale of your story, regardless of how dark or light it was. You are here today. And I'm not just saying that to be inspiring. I'm saying that because that's a fact. And that's something to be grateful for. I'm grateful you're here and you chose to share this space with us, because this space helps us really feel like we can be ourselves. And if this makes you feel like that too, then we're fulfilling a beautiful purpose as energy. And I think that the only reason why we can do that is because we set that intention, and we set that with us first. And now it's like we're always giving from our overflow. Don't get me wrong, there's days when I feel low, like it's not all sunshine and rainbows, but I get to face them challenges with a better lower self than how I used to be. Like now I feel low, but I've got better habits, so I can get myself up and I can still go in the right direction. I might be a bit slower or a bit tired for a while, or my attitude might not be as yay, but I can still focus in that direction. And when you need to rest as well, sometimes you have to learn how to set boundaries to say when enough is enough and know that that's okay. And I think as women, we're not very good at that, to be honest. Like, we don't believe we're enough. So how can we say enough? We're constantly saying yes to things that we don't want because we feel like we can't go after what we really want because no, we're not good enough for that. Might as well just be grateful with what you've got. It's life. And many things I was told. I'm so glad I didn't listen though. But I just think boundaries are a forever going process. You got to love yourself through the rough and the smooth. And it just helps when you've got people around you that can see you sometimes better than you see yourself, because I don't think you're not going to get very far if you keep allowing negative people to make decisions for you. And that was me. But I'm speaking to myself when I'm saying that. And now I'm learning boundaries. I'm learning sometimes sacrificing the good for the great. And sometimes also, rather than trying to put too much on my plate, because I choose what I do. If I'm not happy with something, I've got the awareness to say, hold on a minute, this is actually what I want. And it's my choice to be able to shift that. Yes, okay, everyone may not be happy about that, but can you sacrifice your happiness for somebody else? Because then wouldn't you have resentment? And then wouldn't you self-sabotage yourself because you didn't want to do that? You was doing it to make somebody else happy, but then there's lack. Why can't that person find their own happiness? These are many, many conversations I have in my head. And I'm hoping that I'm not the only one, but I'm not afraid to have them out loud, sometimes with myself. And that doesn't have to be by speaking. Sometimes that can be journaling. Sometimes even if you don't know what your boundaries are or where you need to set them, write down and set the intention. What don't I like in my life? And then shift it in your mind by writing out a new story. Like, even if it isn't real right now, I'm telling you, there was so long from my life I was saying, I'm going to be a DJ, I'm going to be a DJ, I'm going to be a DJ. And then one day I took action and now I'm a DJ. That is how life starts. That is how you progress. You still get there. I'm not where I want to be. Don't get me wrong. I'd love to be the next like female Jamie Jones, but you've got to get there. It's nice to have a goal. And you know what? In 5 years' time, that might shift and I might not even want to do DJing. I might want to do something else. But the fact that I've got a goal that keeps me inspired and it keeps me accountable and I'm looking forward, it helps us let go of the past and it helps us become more lighter and open to life, to love, to ourselves, because we're going inside and we're not closing ourselves off to possibilities because we might have an unrealistic expectation to life to keep us safe. Now, this is something that I've been pondering on and learning how sometimes the reasons why we say we can't are the reasons why we should. And sometimes the reasons that we say that we should are the reasons why we shouldn't. And if you've got good people around you, and Jess, I'm glad we've got you, because me and Natalie always say, we're not therapists. We might have had therapy, but you are one. So you can help us really understand as well from another perspective. And that's what we love, is perspectives. Like, you don't need to know everything. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to trust that you know what's best for you. And we want to give you the space and freedom to share that. Now, I'd love to open it up to any of the ladies that have spoken or anyone else that wants to speak on how maybe your perception might have shifted on something maybe today, or how do you set boundaries? Is there something that you do, or have you felt like a boundary's been crossed and you've learned from it? Like, we'd love to hear your stories.
I'll go. Now, Silvana, are you going to talk? I
I'll
saw
let you
on
talk
mute,
first.
so I was like, you go, girl.
No, I think I've had, I think this week, last week boundaries were crossed.
and this week I kind of cut off from some of them. But then I was sort of in a situation where I was told that I kind of reported something. Someone said something to someone else, and it went further, and it was going to be put in a team meeting, which I had 2 days off from work, and it's the first 2 days I've had off for a whole month. And someone said to me, "Oh, do you mind coming in for this meeting?" And I was like, "Not really. I don't really want to. It's at my," and I said, I almost said no, but I said, "Look, if I can," and I was thinking, what am I doing? I'm doing it again, like. And yesterday I was sort of going over it in my head, and I was like, well, I did bring the thing up, so maybe I should be there. And then I thought, if I do go, let myself set a boundary, and if it kicks off and I don't like what's being said, or if it makes me feel bad in any way, I have every right to leave because I'm off anyway. And then on the back end of that, I didn't go in anyway because I had loads of stuff to do. And I thought, you know what, I only get 2 days off. What am I doing? And I took a leaf out of your book, Natalie, and I done some painting. I haven't finished it, but I did start. And I done a bit of a TA course, and I went to the gym. Come back, I've just had a shower, as you can see.
How do you feel for doing all of that stuff and putting yourself first on your day off?
A lot better.
Yeah, good. I'm so proud of you. I mean, I know that Charlie's cheering as well, because honestly, you set a boundary, and the fact that you thought about it, trust me, we say no and then we second guess
I cried
things.
about it yesterday. I was in tears.
Bless you.
Like I was contemplating going in, and I was thinking, if I go in, what am I going to do? Because if I do go in, obviously I only have to be there for an hour. Like, I need to set some rules. Like, if something is said or something upsets me in a way or doesn't feel good, then why should I be a part of it on my day off? Mm-hmm. So I sort of set that as a little rule if I did go in, but I didn't.
I am so goddamn proud of you. Like, I mean, Sylvan is a good friend of mine, and we've known each other for many years now. And she
almost, I think it's 2 now, two and a half.
Oh no, it must be about 3 now.
Oh wow, yeah.
2020.
Go quick, doesn't it? Goes too quick.
Yeah, but I mean, you always have got such a good heart, and even when you're setting boundaries, sometimes we do feel bad. We're like, oh my god, because we're not used to putting ourselves first, and then when we do, we feel like it's selfish, and then our ego wants us to make funny stories, of what we should and shouldn't do. But ask yourself, do you want to go? You didn't want to go, you wanted to enjoy your day off. And then your ego goes, yeah, but you set some boundaries, you're going to do this. It also uses the tricks and tools that help you against you sometimes.
I was like, no, what? I'm having a conflict. I'm having an argument in my head.
But at least you're aware now. Do you get what I'm saying? And the more you become aware that it's mostly the suffering we have is in our head, it's not even happening. And then we get back in our heart. And then we breathe, and then we.
And I really went out of my comfort zone today. Oh my god, my muscles caned when I came home. Absolutely killed me. Like, I had a cold shower because I thought it would probably make me feel better. Not make me feel worse, make me feel better. I had a hot shower and then I had a cold one. I was like, well, if I can do the gym and all my muscles hurt, I can bloody have a cold shower. And I just done it and just got out. But yeah, it's cool.
Oh, that's
and I've done all that painting as well, which was good.
That's amazing for your muscles. Cold showers are so good for us. Like, I know society will tell you that it's not good cold water, but I don't understand why, because it's so good for you. And your mind will tell you you don't want to do it. You're never going to want to do it. But when you do it, after you've done it, you feel like a warrior. Like, I mean, try it. Just try it. We've done it. I can do it. So can you.
Yeah,
Like,
no, it's
Past that
good.
5 seconds.
I lasted 5 seconds on the first one.
It's more than me.
Oh, Lauren Queen, you've unmuted. Do you want to share?
Oh, I was just gonna say, I've tried these cold showers lately, and I've literally been like jumping in, trying to do seconds at a time. But the noises that come out of my mouth are just horrendous. Like, I feel like if anyone could hear me. So I started off doing like a couple of seconds and then jumping out, and I've got up to like 7 seconds, but I literally can't do any longer at the moment anyway. I know I can, and I will. If anyone's got any tips, then that'll be lovely.
All about the breathing. Yep. All about the breathing.
Do you know what?
Do the Hoffman breathing.
I'll put a song on, like,
yeah, I do the same.
Good tune, and I'll let it play, and then I'll have it on my back, lower back, hot. I'll turn it freezing cold. I literally center my arms to my heart, and I breathe through my nose and out through my nose. You know, when you want to scream, hold it, stiff it, breathe. When you get past that, and then just try and get as loose as possible, but breathe it out.
Like, it really makes me laugh. Like, it really just, yeah, like when I get out, I just feel like I feel like a bit of a wally, but that makes me laugh, like this. And then I'm set up for the day, even if it is only 7 seconds.
Oh, I love still winning. You're still winning with those 7 seconds. I love that. And you know what? It's so funny because we can set boundaries in all areas of our life, and they don't just have to be in the negative areas, they can be positive as well. And it's funny because, Charlie, you'll know that I absolutely love a bath. Like, I will be in the bath for hours, have my candles, my crystals, like flowers sometimes because I am that extra, but it is just my favorite place to be. But I started doing the cold therapy showers because I really wanted to experience the health benefits, because like Charlie said, there are such an amazing array of health benefits that come alongside the cold therapy and the cold showers. And so I actually set myself some boundaries with baths and said that I was only allowed to have baths on the day that I wasn't going to be washing my hair. And if normally I'd have a bath, then I'd wash my hair like in the shower. But every time that I wash my hair, I have to do my boundary is a cold shower hair wash. So even that is a positive boundary because I'm doing something that's going to benefit me. But also there are boundaries that need to be put in place in other areas of our life. And another one that I had to put in with is with Instagram. And I honestly, my boundary has been in place with Instagram. And my boundary first off was I was only allowed to spend an hour on it a day. And that would be, I'd put the timer on, so when I'd spent an hour, it would lock, and I could always go in and say, remind me, but obviously I didn't want to do that. But I started to do that, and I was like, okay, well, clearly this boundary isn't strong enough. So I deleted it, and I have now been off Instagram for over 5 weeks, where I was spending up to 4 hours a day on Instagram looking at my screen time. And don't get me wrong, I'd have some incredible conversations on there. I really did meet some incredible people, but the majority of it, I didn't realize subconsciously that I was scrolling, comparing, getting negativity, not being in reality was one of the main things for me. And so my boundary now is to just come away from social media and spend a little bit more time in the present moment. So I still have Facebook. I do have a boundary on Facebook. I only have an hour a day on there. I never really hit that limit because that is really for making those genuine connections. And I only have my close friends and family on there. I made sure that I set that boundary as well, that I was going to remove anyone that I didn't want to know about me or my circle. So yeah, you can set boundaries in positive, negative, in all aspects of your life. And I think that they are so incredibly important.
Yes. Oh my gosh, Natalie, that's huge because the amount of people live in the social media world. I found social media is amazing for so many aspects, but there is also so much negativity that goes with it as well. And when we came together as PutUFirst, when we co-founded the beautiful community that it is, this entity that is now just global and transforming women's mindsets, lives, mind, body, and soul. At the beginning, I kid you not, I had 3 kids running around. Because I was in such a dark space, I got more enjoyment being on my phone than in front of my kids. That's sad. That is so sad. So I set the boundary. You're only allowed to do X, Y, and Z. I still can't believe I'm saying that. That's so cruel. The fact that I think it's more of escapism, whereas my reality was so dark in my head, not my kids. My kids were no reflection of me. It was just the dark space I was living in. And I get quite emotional about it because it's really hard to say that. But my husband started noticing how much I was on my phone and building a community, because that was my passion. That was kind of where I saw my light. Actually, my light was within me, but I had to find that. It was all part of this journey. I set these boundaries and I haven't broken them since. I set that I do a post in the morning. I will check again around lunchtime, sometimes post, might not, and again in the afternoon. I will find myself with pockets in between my work days or children time when they're not napping or doing something. I will allow myself 10, 15 minutes to check in on messages and respond. But I don't go hours after hours. The amount of time you can spend, I literally have time slots for when I'm building my business, sharing what I'm creating, and within my Your Ultimate You, within my podcast, everything. There's so much going on online, which I love. But I felt that it was taking me away from reality. Natalie, the fact you brought yourself back into reality, I'm doing that now as well. I've been doing that for 9 months. It is just amazing. And it takes it, God, you forgive yourself. You just feel like it's a sense of forgiveness. It's like, wow, really? I do not, even with Facebook now, I don't scroll. I literally do what I need to do, like a few stuff just to warm the oven up before you post. But I don't give a rat's about anything else than what I need to be doing. Same with Instagram. I just scroll through all the stories. I don't look at them, just click them so it goes past quickly. So I'm building up the algorithms. That's it. I'm not in there to look at anything else. Like a few stuff. That's it. Post, done. Fuck off. I'm done with it. Sorry for my bad language.
No apology needed. Absolutely none.
Oh God,
amen, sister.
Oh, drop the mic like that. That is Jess. This is why we love her. Honestly, like, this is what I love, because I resonate with everything that you both say, but I love Instagram, but I have very good boundaries. And I mean, my community is active. You'll know, girls. I mean, one of the girls I met today, I met her through Instagram. If people can go dating on Hinge, I can meet decent women who I want to be friends with on Instagram. Now, it's all about how you use it, and also boundaries. Many of us use excuses for kind of letting us off with why we're not doing what we should. Now, there's a difference between making excuses and setting boundaries as well. I used to use many things as distractions. I actually did delete my old Instagram, so my new one now, I mean, I lost all of my Ibiza videos, all of my seasons, but it was a blessing in disguise because it allowed me to be me now, who I want to be. And I use that as, for me to use it as a vlog, and for me to just share who I am, because I am a DJ and I do run a women's empowerment community, and I wish there was more than one of me to go around, but it's a great way of me sharing myself to a lot of people, but not doing it one by one. And the right people come to me and we do a one-to-one, and that's what I love. I think it's all about how you use it, but then I do see how people use it can affect their lives negatively if they don't set the right boundaries. And I've gone through that, so I completely understand where you ladies are coming from, because I'm not always on my phone. Like, I'm always going out. Don't get me wrong, I'll put it out and I'll take a video, I'll take a picture, because I'm saving that for my memories. I watch my story more than I do other people. And that might sound self-centered, but I do love myself. I do love myself. I took that video because I want to see it again. Yeah, and I posted it because I like it that much. I want to share it with you all, and I think that's how we should live life. And Instagram for me, I don't really use Facebook. I don't really use anything else other than Instagram. That is just the one platform that I enjoy to build my community on. Don't know what's going on at the minute though. I think I might be shadow bound on a few things because I do post some provocative point of views because I like it to be an open conversation. I like seeing both sides because I think at the end of the day, life is just a duality of experiences and we have to embrace them all. And when we understand that there is no negative and positive, there's just light and dark, there is just experience. Like, I'm reading a book right now for the second time because I'm so glad Natalie Maynard reminded me about it, The Untethered Soul. And it has just blown my mind. It has hit different this time. And it speaks about the lucid self. So it speaks about the you that hears the voice. It speaks about subject, object, and we are the subject, we are the consciousness, we are observing life like a movie. Now, what story do you want to share? And what stories do you want to focus on? Because that is your life. Like, we have a choice what we accept and what we choose to accept. It is literally all within us. We are experiencing this reality through our filters, through our excuses, through our ego, through our identity, what we think we do like, what we don't like, all these labels. And boundaries, when you know yourself, you know things that you don't identify with because you listen to you listen to your body, you see how you feel, you ask yourself, do I want this? Not, is that person going to like me better if I do that? Was my hair going to look better that color for that guy? No. What do you want? And I think that's something that is a beautiful thing to focus on, and it helps when you set your boundaries. Like, setting your boundaries helps you achieve your goals because you focus on what you want and then you don't settle for less. So it's learning how to use your mind rather than your mind use you. And it really helps when you do it from your heart center because you can really build a relationship with yourself, and you can learn that loving yourself is truly the best thing that you can ever do because then you love everyone. And when I say when one is healed, all are healed, what I mean by that is we are all one, we are all the same, we are all connected, we're all family. Like, there's no limitations on any of us and the ones we put on ourselves. And when we're able to get out of our way, and Put You First has helped me do that. The challenge, I mean, I'm going to be on my 5th one. And I'm so excited to go on this journey again. I really would advise anyone that wants to know a little bit more about the Put You First challenge and what we do and what we experience, please reach out to the beautiful woman that brought you here because it is honestly the best gift you'll ever give to yourself. The journey that you go on is going to be completely unique to you because you've had your own life experience. And honestly, for me, I would say definitely do it for a minimum of 3 months because it helps with really integrating a new habit. 3 months, they say, is the key for anything. Yeah, 3 months of you focusing on what you want and being around good people, eating well, and just focusing on yourself will change the trajectory of your life. Now, I don't even know if I said that word right, but I mean, like, you literally need to see yourself through a telescope. And I mean that when I tell you, because that is what has happened to me. I am that person to tell you here today that I never even believed even an eighth of in myself than I did a year or two ago. And I know so many women who have experienced our community, even if you haven't done the challenge, have probably felt a shift or probably felt supported more, not just by us, but also that you have better faith in yourself now because we've helped you maybe see that. Do you know what I mean? By experiencing these conversations. And yeah, I mean, it's changed my whole life because it's changed my mindset. My perception of reality is just completely different. And it's all because I've got out of my own way. And I wish I knew it was this simple back then, but then I'm also grateful and I'm like, no, I know it now and that's all that matters. But I know so many people out there just, they feel stuck, they feel lonely, and that's why they accept these things because they don't feel like they deserve what they want. But that's where it all starts. That's what you need to focus on, I think.
I'd love to just add on from that, Charlie, because you touched on something earlier where you said that many women feel like, oh, why am I good enough for that? And I think what the Put You First challenge has made me realise, and what the support of this community has switched my perspective. And now I'm like, actually, is that good enough for me? Like, it's honestly just about that awareness and creating those healthy boundaries within yourself to know that actually you are enough, you are worthy, you do deserve it all, and not accepting anything less. So yeah, I think anyone that's felt that way, like Charlie said, Charlie, you felt like that. I know that I've definitely felt like that. I'm sure we all have at one point, that you don't need to feel like that. And there is a community of women waiting with open arms to show you that there is a better way of living, and we're all doing it together, individually but collectively as well. And it's just so beautiful, and there's space for everyone. We want more soul sisters.
Oh, honestly, I mean, I'd love to just open this space. As we say, Wake Up Wednesdays, feel free to jump in. This is not anyone's event. This is everyone's event. I think it's just so beautiful that we don't need to help everyone. But if we all help one person, the whole world would be healed. Like, think about that. Think about that. And if that one person can be you, then that's all you need to worry about for now. And then when you figure out what's good for you, share that. But you're a good place to start. You deserve what you want. You deserve better. If you're not happy with what's going on right now, you have every right to say to yourself, that's not what I want, this is. And that always shifts. I think that we need to remember that it's just a journey of growth and letting go and trusting and surrendering. And in this moment, I mean, us as women, I never really, I would say I felt more comfortable around guys growing up. Now I'm the complete opposite. I'm like, oh my God, like I don't speak boy shit. Like, I need my girls. I don't understand what you're talking about. You don't understand me. But I like being able to be around positive, beautiful women, because I never had that when I was growing up. It was always competition. It was always jealousy, because women have been taught to hate themselves, like, and that's not okay. But it's okay to feel like that in the society that we've grown up in, because it has been so toxic and narcissistic. But now we're aware of that. We can change that by what we focus on. And I mean, Chloe, can I just shout you out? If you have not seen this girl's Instagram and her post, please can we show this goddess some love? If you haven't already seen it, give Chloe a follow and look at her post.
Chloe.
To do that. I mean,
wow.
Power.
Fuck. That's what I was thinking. When I post so I posted a picture the day. I was so done, because I'm still guilty of it. Like today I feel, basically I put people haven't seen it, I put a picture up, or I think I put a few pictures up, because I was sick of being told or not thinking that I was skinny enough or beautiful is by having those really slim legs that don't have an ounce of cellulite on them, which we all know size 6 supermodels still have cellulite. And I was sick to death of feeling like I was coming out of lockdown, getting these roles and being surrounded by people that cared too much, that it was huge for me. My anxiety was through the roof. I basically put pictures up of me in my underwear with my rolls, like sitting down, and pictures of my cellulite, which I was not expecting the response at all. Like, I wasn't doing it. Everyone was like, you look amazing, but I haven't written anything back, because like I wasn't doing it for that. I wasn't doing it for people to compliment me. I was doing it. I actually had men, like even some men that I thought were kind of arrogant in the past, messaged me and say, wow, thank you, like people needed this. And that was even a man thinking that. But yeah, that was hard. So thanks Charlie for that little shout out. But
you did it.
I wouldn't have done it if I hadn't met you girls, you women, you amazing women, Heidi, the challenge. I honestly wouldn't have. But I still struggle, and I still feel like, am I contradicting myself? Because today I've been like, oh God, I feel gross, and sitting there and I'm like, no, Chloe, you've just on Saturday done this big female empowerment thing that, you know, and now I'm going against what I've said because now I'm being uncomfortable. But it's not something that changes it overnight. I've done the first step and it's going to come back, like, you know. And so they're my boundaries. I need to make sure I'm not my own boundary, if that makes sense, and I'm not getting in my own way. And I needed this today. I really needed you women today. So thank you.
Chloe, that's amazing. I just want to add to what you just said. The fact that you did something like similar to Natalie, you bared your most vulnerable self, and in your vulnerability is when your power shines through the most. That is the truth, and that is something I've discovered for myself. Body is something very, very relevant, and pretty much every single woman will relate to your story. The fact that you had the confidence to do that, and maybe today you're not feeling that way. I just want to add to that, because every day isn't sparkles and stardust, and as much as we would like it to be, it's not. We have up and down. That's life. The normal that we live in, some days I feel bloated, you know, we have periods or menopause, whatever it is in stage in life that you're at, pregnancy, we're all going to feel bigger, and then other days we can feel fantastic. It just depends on what's going on in the circumstances around you. But just know that it's okay to feel that way. It's okay to not feel okay. I think that's so important. Our bodies are our vessels to
incredible
take us, incredible, look after ourselves. It's our number one asset. Someone that's been through major body dysmorphia I still live with. I had diabulimia, 6 years of it, injecting next to nothing of insulin to keep myself skinny. Ridiculous. I look back at myself, ridiculous. I had a nurse sit down to me 7 years ago, and she says, Jess, your choice is life or death. That is the way you're going. I didn't care. I just want to be thin. What got me out was education. I started to understand my diabetes. I'm a type 1 diabetic. I understand it. It empowered me. Education, inspiration is what empowers us and brings us forward. Your body is beautiful regardless of its wrinkles, its lines, its cellulite. The rolls are gorgeous because they're squidgy, and I love it. Embrace your body because you are beautiful just the way you are.
I'm gonna cry.
Powerful ladies.
I mean, honestly,
that was amazing.
You are on off the Richter scale. I feel like I'm gonna cry. Like I needed to hear that. I needed to hear that. And listen, I know that we can look at people and think, oh, but you've got the job that I want, you got the partner that I want, you got the body that I want, the hair that I want. There's always something that someone else has that you don't have that you want, but love yourself anyway. Because this vessel, this thing that we have that allows us to walk through the journey that we call life, we deserve to love it because it's ours. It's the one you was given. And the only way that we're going to be able to move forward and be the best version of us is if we love us first. And I think I needed to hear that today, because I might seem like I've got it all together, but the reason why I am so strong is because I am so sensitive. Like, I feel things deeply. Like with panic attacks, I was diagnosed with PTSD 3 years ago, all from the age of 4. It was my natural character. I was like a ticking time bomb. And I think now, looking back, you're right, Jess, like, we don't ever get over it, but then we see those scars as wounds, and they are our battle wounds, and we're proud that we got them. They make us tough, they make us durable, they make us resilient. Everything you've been through is an accomplishment. However you see it right now, know that it made you who you're meant to be, or it broke you out of who you wasn't. And that's something that I remind myself every day, every week. And 2-3 years ago, I was not this Charlie. And in 2-3 years, I'm not going to be this Charlie. But I know that I'm going to love every version of me to the best of my ability, because then I'm going to be the best Charlie. And I want you to do that, regardless if you come here on a Wake Up Wednesday, or even if you don't even feel that this community resonates with you. As long as you resonate with you, that's all that matters to us. We just want you to know that you deserve to put you first. And I think that's something that's so beautiful. And I love you all. And I just want to say thank you for sharing this space with us. If you like these conversations, if you ever want to be a part, or you want to share this conversation with people, we do have Wake Up Wednesdays uploaded to our YouTube channel. Reach out to the beautiful woman that brought you here, and feel free to share this conversation. And if you are watching it on the YouTube, carry on the conversation in the comments. Like, we want to know how you feel about this experience and what your perception is, because that's how we grow. And I love you all, my soul sisters, and hope to see you at the Self-Care Sunday. And remember, Put You First challenge starts May 2nd. Are you ready to keep growing and keep going and keep glowing? Love you,
ladies. Thank
Bye,
you.
ladies. Bye.